Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Monday. We got 14 matchups on this MLB slate today. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn on those notification bells. Check out all my betting links in the description below, guys. Really good promos with FanDuel, with Underdog. If you like betting on player props, guys, check those out in the description below. And yeah, we're hopping in here. Another busy day of baseball. We got through like the first series here, so we're getting a bunch of new matchups, which is nice. First matchup, we've got the Kansas City Royals versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up a slight home favorites at -115. The Royals -105 with the over-under at 8.5. Royals coming into this matchup 1-2. The Brewers 0-3. Pitching for the Royals is Chris Bubic. Pitching for the Brewers is Elvin Rodriguez. Bubic, his last 3 starts, he's given up 7 total runs. Rodriguez, he hasn't pitched since 2022, and in 2022, his last 3 starts, he gave up 21 runs. So maybe that was why he was out of the league for like 2 years. Bubic, last time he pitched against the Brewers was in 2021, where he did give up no runs. And then Elvin Rodriguez has not pitched against the Royals here. The Royals, a rough series against Cleveland, only winning 1 of the 2. They're coming off a 6-2 loss. And then the Brewers, they're coming off just an abysmal Yankees series, losing 12-3, 20-9, 4-2. I mean, after that first game, it just got crazy for the Brewers. Royals have struggled against Milwaukee, just 2-4 against Milwaukee, 2-6 on the road against the Brewers here. Yeah, haven't been that good head-to-head. The Royals, the unders hit in 15 of their last 20 games. I'm not in love with Elvin Rodriguez here. Just his last starts, when he was on the mound a few years ago, were very bad, and he's been really out of the game for a while. So I just don't trust Rodriguez. And man, not in love with the Brewers. The offense very poor in that 3-game series. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to take a shot with the Royals +1.5 on the road today. I think they're a good dog. Next matchup, we got the Minnesota Twins versus the Chicago White Sox. Twins opening up as road favorites at -190. The White Sox +150 with the over-under at 7.5. Twins coming into this matchup 0-3. The White Sox 1-2. Pitching for the Twins is Chris Paddock. Pitching for the White Sox is Martin Perez. Paddock, his last 3 starts, he's gave up 6 total runs. Perez, he's given up 8 total runs. Paddock pitched twice against the White Sox last season, only gave up 2 total runs, and that was in 1 game. Perez, he pitched against Minnesota 1 time last year. He gave up 3 runs in that matchup. Minnesota, horrible series against St. Louis, losing 9-2, 1-5, 3-5. Yeah, did not look good against St. Louis. And the White Sox, hey, they actually played really good against the Angels. He beat them in the opener 8-1, and then 2 really close games. I mean, man, they could be 3-0 here. They lost 0-1 and then 2-3. So say what you want about the White Sox here. There's a lot of teams that have looked a lot worse this last week than the White Sox, and Minnesota's one of them. 0-5 on the road. They're on a 7-game losing streak, obviously dating back to last season too. Yeah, White Sox as a dog. I think early on we're going to probably get good value with the White Sox as a dog. These teams are struggling, trying to get into the flow of things. I think we might be getting some nice hits with the White Sox. I mean, they've covered their run line in 3 straight. Yeah, give me the White Sox +1.5 at home today. Next matchup, we got the Boston Red Sox versus the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore opening up as home favorites at -145. Boston +120 with the over-under at 9.5. Boston coming into this matchup 1-3. Baltimore 2-2. Pitching for Boston is Sean Newcomb. Pitching for Baltimore is Cade Povich. Newcomb didn't pitch at all last year. Those last 3 starts in he pitched twice in 2023. So not much action. Gave up 4 total runs. Povich, his last 3 starts, he's given up 4 total runs. Newcomb pitched against them in 2018, where he only gave up 1 run. Povich, he pitched against them twice last season, gave up 6 total runs, 4-2. Boston on a 3-game losing streak. Very rough Ranger series. Baltimore coming off a Toronto loss. You know, a decent little series. We're able to snag 2 of those wins here. Worried about the pitching for Boston. Newcomb just kind of been out of action for a while. Baltimore, the unders hit in 4 of their last 5 against Boston here. Yeah, I like Baltimore. I mean, you know, the tough little series against Toronto, but they did show some positive things. Boston, yeah, I don't know. Weren't really hitting very well. They struggled. I'll take Baltimore at home today. Next matchup, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at -260. The Rockies +210 with the over-under at 8.5. Rockies coming into this matchup 1-2. The Phillies 2-1. Pitching for the Rockies is Yerman Marquez with an ERA of 0. Pitching for the Phillies is Christopher Sanchez. Marquez, his last starts, he only pitched once last season, where he pitched 4 innings and gave up 3 runs. Sanchez, his last 3 starts, he's given up 7 total runs, giving up about 2 or 3 runs a game, which isn't crazy. Marquez pitched against the Phillies twice in 2022, where he gave up 4 runs each. Sanchez, he pitched twice against Colorado last season, only gave up 1 run. So good starts from Sanchez. Colorado played Tampa pretty well, you know, kept them pretty close. Phillies, yeah, disappointing loss against Washington, but nonetheless, they played a good series against the Nationals. Hey, that's how baseball goes. Usually, even the bad team is going to steal a game in a 3-4 game series, almost every time. Colorado 4-14 against Philly, 0-6 on the road against Philly here. The unders hit in 7 of their last 9 against Colorado. It was a good bounce back for Philly. At home here, I'll take the Phillies in this one. Next matchup, we got the New York Mets versus the Miami Marlins. Mets opening up as road favorites at -190. The Marlins +160 with the over-under at 8.5. Mets coming into this matchup 1-2. The Marlins 3-1. Pitching for the Mets is David Peterson. Pitching for the Marlins is Kyle Quantrill. Peterson, his last 3 starts, he's given up 6 total runs. Quantrill, he has given up 11 total runs. Peterson, he pitched twice against Miami last season, gave up 6 total runs. Quantrill pitched against them in 2023, where he did give up 3 runs. The Mets, yeah, tough series against Houston, losing a couple close ones. And Miami, hey, they looked pretty good against Pittsburgh. Maybe Pittsburgh's going to be pretty bad, I don't know, but Miami played them very well, winning 3 of those 4, and the one they lost, they still got the cover, you know, losing by 1. So a good series from them. The Mets are good against Miami, 6-3 against Miami. The overs hit in the Mets 6 of their last 8 on the road against Miami. Miami 7-1 in their last 8, dating back to last season too. Mets, I mean, I'm sure the Mets will be fine. It's gonna be a long season. I mean, we're only a week in, and but I'm liking the Marlins plus money. Good dogs at home here. Mets still trying to figure out their way with this lineup they got. I'll take Marlins +1.5 here. Next matchup, we've got the Texas Rangers versus Cincinnati Reds. Rangers opening up as road favorites at -120. The Reds +100 with the over-under at 9. Rangers coming into this matchup 3-1. The Reds 1-2. Pitching for the Rangers is Kumar Rocker with an ERA of 0. Pitching for the Reds is Brady Singer. Rocker, his last 3 starts, he's given up 5 total runs. Singer, he has given up 12 total runs. Rocker doesn't have any head-to-head matchups against them. Singer, he pitched twice against the Rangers last season, only gave up 2 total runs, so he had some good starts there. Rangers on a 3-game winning streak, looked really good against the Red Sox. Cincinnati coming off, I don't know, a tough Giant series, losing 6-3 in the last game. The Rangers, just 2-5 against Cincinnati, 1-4 on the road against Cincinnati. They struggled last year against the Reds. I don't know. I think I'm more impressed with what I've seen from the Rangers. Looked solid those 3 games. Kind of shut Boston down offensively. The Reds definitely struggled a bit against the Giants here. Gave up a lot of runs in their losses. And yeah, I think I got to roll with the Rangers on the road today. Next matchup, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays opening up as home favorites at -195. The Pirates +160 with the over-under at 8. Pirates coming into this matchup 1-3. The Rays 2-1. Pitching for the Pirates is Carmen Mlodzinski. Pitching for the Rays is Drew Rasmussen. Mlodzinski, his last 3 starts, he's only given up 1 run. He was very solid in his starts last season. Was very limited. Didn't pitch too much last season. Rasmussen, his last 3 starts did not allow a run. Was only pitching like 2 innings though. Head-to-head, Mlodzinski pitched against Tampa last season, pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 run. Rasmussen doesn't have a head-to-head matchup there. Pittsburgh, horrible series against Miami. Won 1 of the 4. Did not play good. Tampa Bay, we're fine against Colorado. Lost that one 2-1, but 2-1 against Colorado looked pretty good in that series. Pittsburgh 1-8 against Tampa. 0-7 on the road against Tampa. They really struggled against Tampa Bay these last years. Tampa, the unders hit in 5 of their last 7 against Pittsburgh. I like Rasmussen. Really good starts in the mound last season. Rays look good in that series. I'll take the Rays at home today. Next matchup, we got the Washington Nationals versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at -165. The Nationals +130 with the over-under at 8.5. Nationals coming into this matchup 1-2. Toronto 2-2. Pitching for the Nationals is Michael Soroka. Pitching for Toronto is Bowden Francis. Soroka, his last 3 starts, he has given up 9 total runs. Francis, he's given up 3 total runs. Soroka hasn't pitched against Toronto since 2019, where he gave up 5 total runs in 2 starts that year. I don't know, that was a long time ago. Francis has not pitched against them. Washington stealing a win against Philly yesterday, 5-1. Still kind of got crushed that series. Toronto, was able to win 2 of the 4, but those games they lost were pretty rough. Washington 1-7 on the road. Weren't a good road team last season. The overs hit in Toronto's 10 of their last 11 against Washington here. And I don't know. Don't really love Washington on the road. I think it's a good spot for Toronto. I mean, they really shouldn't struggle against Washington. We're going to see here, but I think I'm still going to take the Blue Jays at home today. Next matchup, we've got the Los Angeles Angels versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals opening up as home favorites at -155. Angels +130 with the over-under at 8. Angels coming into this matchup 2-1. The Cardinals 3-0. Pitching for the Angels is Tyler Anderson. Pitching for the Cardinals is Miles Mikolas. Anderson, his last 3 starts, he's given up 11 total runs. Mikolas, he's given up 6. Anderson pitched against St. Louis in 2022 where he gave up 0 runs, but his 2 games prior in the few years, he gave up 10 total runs. Mikolas pitched against the Angels in 2023 where he gave up 3 runs, so no recent head-to-head matchups there. Angels coming off a nice series against the White Sox, winning back-to-back after that first loss. And St. Louis, what a nice start. Shut out Minnesota and, swept them in that series. Looked really good offensively. Defensively, didn't really allow any runs, which was nice. Angels, they are good against St. Louis. 5-2 against St. Louis. 4-1 on the road against St. Louis. St. Louis 5-0 at home. The overs hit in 5 of their last 5 against the Angels. I think I'm riding the hot streak here. You have Cardinals coming off a really great series. Now they're back at home. I'm going to take the Cardinals at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the San Francisco Giants versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at -125. The Giants +105 with the over-under at 8. Giants coming into this matchup 2-1. The Astros also 2-1. Pitching for the Giants is Jordan Hicks. Pitching for the Astros is Ronel Blanco. Hicks, his last 3 starts, he's given up 12 total runs. Blanco's given up 2. Hicks pitched against Houston last season where he gave up 3 runs. Blanco pitched against them last season, only gave up 1. Ronel Blanco really good on the mound last season for Houston. Giants coming off a nice Red series, winning 2 of the 3. Houston coming off a nice Mets series, winning 2 of the 3. Giants just 3-6 on the road against Houston. The unders hit in Houston's 4 of their last 5 against San Francisco. Yeah, I really like the Astros. I like Blanco on the mound. Really good last season. I'll take Houston at home today. Next matchup, we've got the Cleveland Guardians versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at -135. The Guardians +115 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Guardians is... Guardians coming into this matchup 2-1. Padres 4-0. Pitching for the Guardians is Luis Ortiz. Pitching for the Padres is Kyle Hart. Ortiz, his last 3 starts, he's given up 7 total runs. Hart hasn't pitched since 2020, where he gave up 13 total runs in his last 3 starts. So it's been like 5 years. Ortiz pitched twice against the Padres last season, gave up 6 total runs. Cleveland coming off a nice Royals series, winning 2 of the 3, and then Padres coming off a 4-game sweep against Atlanta. 2 of them were shutout wins, 5-0, 1-0 in their last 2. Last 2 games haven't given up a run. Padres, really nice week. Start of the season for them. Cleveland just 2-4 against the Padres. Padres 11-1 at home. The unders hit in 4 of their last 5 against Cleveland. Yeah, I just got to ride the streak with Padres here. Hopefully Kyle Hart can pitch a good game. But man, they played very good against the Braves. And I'll take the Padres at home. Next matchup, we got the Detroit Tigers versus the Seattle Mariners. Seattle opening up as home favorites at -120. Detroit +100 with the over-under at 7.5. Detroit coming into this matchup 0-3. Seattle 2-2. Pitching for Detroit is Jackson Joby. Pitching for the Seattle is Emerson Hancock. Joby getting his first start, so we're going to see what he looks like here. Hancock, his last 3 starts last season, he gave up 8 total runs. Hasn't pitched against the Tigers. Yeah, bad series from Detroit. They played the Dodgers. I feel like, probably going to see that a lot from the Dodgers. Probably going to beat a lot of teams like that. I wouldn't say Detroit played bad. It's just the Dodgers. They couldn't really stop them. Seattle coming off, not the best Oakland series, but, were able to snag 2 of those wins. Detroit 1-5 on the road. Tough to see. I mean, it's hard to trust Detroit right now, just because. I mean, tough 3-game stretch right there, and they're on the road. Yeah, not the kind of play I would like. So I think I'm gonna take the Mariners at home today. Next matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs versus the Oakland Athletics. Cubs opening up as road favorites at -130. Oakland +110 with the over/under at 8.5. Cubs coming into this matchup 2-4. Oakland 2-2. Pitching for the Cubs is Ben Brown with an ERA of 6.75. Pitching for Oakland is Joey Estez. Brown, his last 3 starts, let's see. Yeah, he's given up only 8 total runs. Estez, he's given up, last season Estez gave up 14 total runs. Not the best on the mound there. Brown, I believe Brown already had a start. It's not populating here, but I believe he already started in that first game they had or played, and gave up some runs there. But Chicago, not the best Arizona series. We're able to snag 2 of those 4. Oakland played Seattle pretty well, able to get some wins there. Cubs, though, they're 9-3 against Oakland, 6-0 on the road against Oakland, where they've been really good. The overs hitting 6 of their last 9 against the Cubs. Yeah, not in love with Estez here. Had a lot of rough starts last season, and I think I'm going to take the Cubs on the road today. And the last matchup, we got the Atlanta Braves versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at -225. The Braves +180 with the over/under at 8. Braves coming into this matchup 0-4. The Dodgers 5-0. Pitching for the Braves is Grant Holmes. Pitching for the Dodgers is Tyler Glasnow. The Braves, let's see, Holmes, his last 3 starts, he's given up 4 total runs. Glasnow, he's given up 8 total runs. Holmes has not pitched against the Dodgers. Glasnow pitched against the Braves last season, pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs and had 10 strikeouts, so he had a really good game against them last season. Yeah, Braves, horrible starts against the Padres in that series. Back-to-back games getting shut out, 5-0, 1-0. Yeah, Padres crushed them. Dodgers, really great Detroit series, and we're gonna get. I mean, this is a dominant Dodgers team. We're gonna see they're gonna play well this season. We know that. They got a really great pitching rotation. So listen, I mean, you got to play your absolute best to beat the Dodgers. I mean, this is the team to beat. And don't love what I saw from Atlanta. I mean, for me, until Atlanta gets Acuna Jr. back in the rotation, they're going to struggle like they did last season, and they really need their star. So it's pretty obvious. 0-5 on the road, Dodgers 5-0 at home. I just got to take the Dodgers. There's no reason for me not to take the Dodgers. Don't like what I saw from the Braves. I'll take Dodgers at home today. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Monday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Tuesday. Have a good one.